Hello everybody, my name is Graham Elwood and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Boom, right? Making Gotham great again, shaving our knuckles for justice. Oh, Pete Buttigieg. Leaked emails now show that his campaign people are basically emailed wealthy donors and said, you better come on board, get the money in now so you can have influence. They basically say you can buy your way into influence in the White House. Email shows top Buttigieg fundraiser offering campaign influence in exchange for donations. H.K. Park, who according to Buttigieg's website has raised at least $25,000 for a campaign, told a potential donor in a recent email that, quote, if you want to get on campaign's radar now before he's flooded with donations after winning Iowa and New Hampshire, you can use the link below for donations. Get on the campaign's radar before he's flooded with donations, so get in early. Let's say you're a tech company and you don't want municipal broadband to happen. Buy Pete Buttigieg at a Winecave and he'll make sure when he's president that won't happen. You a defense contractor and want to keep these 7-8 wars going? Buy it with Pete here. Buy it with Winecave Pete. This was the reaction, and it's apropos. Campaign Legal Center said, it's rare that the public has an opportunity to see it in writing. This is how brazen the ruling class are. Just give us the donation now. Get in early. But this is not the only campaign that's offering big donors the opportunity to get the radar of the candidate in exchange for large contributions. For campaign finance watchdogs and reform advocates, the email is indicative of the way in which wealthy donors buy access to and influence over presidential candidates, in this case, before a single vote has been cast. In the last debate, Bernie said, hey, Joe's got 44 billionaires. Pete, you better catch up. You only got 39 billionaires. Liz Warren has 6 billionaires. She says, oh, I'm not for unilateral disarmament, meaning she said, I'm not going to take big donor money in the primary, but I will in the general. It doesn't matter when you take it. When a billionaire pays money to you, they expect something in return. I've only donated to Bernie and Tulsi. I donated to Mike Gravel to get him on stage, but he got blocked. Mike Gravel was a pure anti-war presidential candidate, but they wouldn't let him near a TV camera. Wouldn't let him near it. So, this is the thing. The ruling class can't buy Bernie and Tulsi. When you say you're not taking corporate money, you're saying you can't buy my influence. If you're a billionaire, you're wealthy, you can buy influence. I can't. You can't. If you're a waitress or a plumber, you can't. Pete Bundler, H.K. Park from the defense consulting firm Cohen Group, where Buttigieg worked. Oh man, he worked at McKinsey, he worked at Cohen. So if you're a defense contractor, that email basically was telling you, better get your big checks now so you can have an influence, so don't worry. He's a vet. He's a naval intelligence officer. Man, he'll keep that war machine going. That's what your big check will buy you. So when Liz Warren says stuff like, I'm going to green up our military, she's winking to the defense industry, don't worry, I'll keep the war machine going. When Bernie and Tulsi say, we're not going to spend money like that, when Tulsi says, I want to end these regime change wars, they're not taking money from these folks. That's the difference. And then you've got people defending this, like Jane Lynch. Hello, everyone. Billionaires and wine caves have as much right to say who gets to be president as waitresses and diners and plumbers in the bathroom. Class warfare is ugly. This is one of the more tone-deaf, spoiled rich white lady Hollywood things I've ever seen in my life. She really wrote this and thought, yeah, this is the cause she's fighting for on Twitter. Not inequality, not... Was she tweeting this when she was in like a limo driving past a tent city in Los Angeles? Because there's tent cities all over Los Angeles. Yeah, class warfare is really ugly. Billionaires can buy influence. Waitresses and plumbers can't. The wait staff in that wine cave, if they went up to Pete and said, hey man, will you get us $15 an hour? They were probably like whisked away, like get out of here. She's worth $10 million. Billionaires that own the corporate media make sure she's a millionaire, so they bought her influence, which is why she thinks it's okay for billionaires to buy a presidential candidate's influence. So out of touch are the ruling class in this country. And I like Jane Lynch in terms, I don't know her personally, but she's funny. She's a funny comedic actress. But she is so out of touch. But because she's a woman and she's openly gay, she thinks she's what? She's suffered? She's probably had to deal with all kinds of injustices and stuff, but you're still, if you're worth $10 million, you don't know what it's like to be a waitress or a plumber. And for $10 million, you actually can have influence. Because the billionaires have given her all this work, and she's funny, I'm not denying her talent. She then gets hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers, and then she can put crap like this out. But it backfired on her. Defending billionaires doesn't really work anymore. She put this, how do you stop trending? She deleted it, and this woman laughed at her. This is why it's so corrupt. When I say the corporate media, I am including Hollywood. The 6 multinational conglomerates that own 95% of all media, guess what? That includes Disney, network TV, the streaming services. Obama just bought a big chunk of Netflix. You see Netflix has some good content on there for sure, but have you ever seen anything like talking about how corrupt the system is? Some of it is. They've got Oliver Stone's, Untold History of the United States. That's a good series. But they can buy everything. Amazon Prime, owned by Jeff Bezos, who got $600 million from the CIA. Do you see how this works? And then they buy a celebrity. She gets $10 million. He lives in a fancy house in the Hollywood Hills. And then she'll go on and say stupid crap like this, defending billionaires who might have as much right to... They have as much right, but they have money to influence. If my vote was the same as the billionaire's vote, I would agree with you, Jane. But how out of touch can you be? To my knowledge, to date, she has issued no apology. Did she apologize to her waitress or her plumber? If you're waiting tables and you meet Jane Lynch, go, hey, Jane, I have no influence. I can't... She donated $2,700, by the way, to the Buttigieg campaign. That's probably what a waitress or a plumber makes in a month. And she just, hey, Pete, have fun in the wine cave. Make sure you keep the war machine going. So we're calling them out here. That's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, because the corporate media is not going to talk about this. The corporate media is not going to go after Pete Buttigieg this hard. Because they're owned. Billionaires own CNN and MSNBC and Fox and ABC and all this. ABC's owned by Disney. Disney owns everything. Marvel, Star Wars, ESPN, ABC, all of it. Any Disney movie, if Jane Lynch has been in a Disney movie, Disney paid her. I mean, I don't know, maybe she got a text going, hey, Jane, we need you to dial this wine cave. This wine cave thing's going bad. So they all got an email. Maybe she has the same agent, that represents Anderson Cooper and everybody else. Support the show, folks, because billionaires don't support this show. I can't have fundraisers in wine caves. The only billionaire in a cave I have any respect for is Bruce Wayne. Go to GrahamElwood.com just go to GrahamElwood.com, then go to Patreon.com/GrahamElwood, then go to Rokfin.com/GrahamElwood and support the show. Progressive Comedy tour dates in 2020. Ron Placone and I are going to Tucson, San Francisco, Orlando, Miami, Seattle, Portland, Chicago, Milwaukee. We're adding new tour dates all the time. Go to GrahamElwood.com and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching.